can't believe you've done this to me. I'm gonna look at parts. So I have the endurance I need, but I also need terrain, survival, maybe some invention. I think I have the piloting I need. I don't need any of that. But I'd like a little bit of invention. And mostly just survival. Survival, which is, of course... Daredevil I need. To be Daredevil for survival. And what about invention? Invention is engineering, which I can get through determined. Okay. So either way, I want to be bold right now. Is what I'm hearing. Zolot has pledged to Lukamir. Good for him. I don't care about him right now. Let's grab the invention now. Yep, he can have the job. How much invention? Survival and invention. Student. So I'll grab student. And I want to be bold again. Milan has pledged to Lukamir. Good for him. I have 7 turns. I want survival now, yes? Stay put. I don't think I'm going to be training repair right now. So I need survival. So I'm going to need a little bit of terrain, and I'm going to need 1 more turn of scouting. But that's going to be fine if we stay bold. Oh, Yaku's here. Hey, Yaku. I've become Daredevil, but I actually wanted to stay bold. I wish he hadn't done that to me. Now I can be Daredevil. Okay, I'm getting my gift. Let's delay. One of this, and then more survival. And then the question is... The endurance is going to be Grandmaster, so I'm going to keep that on. I'm going to hope that my survival is just good enough, because I'm going to need practiced terrain. Practiced terrain? Student survival practice terrain, so I'm actually going to train more terrain once my scouting is up. I want to put this on just to see it. That's really cute. Okay, I love that. That brings my endurance down to 90, but my terrain up to 60. Maybe that's better. Maybe I just put 1 slot into endurance anyway. I think that works for me. So I'm going to become bold again. Let's go Daredevil. I'm going to stay right where I am. Endurance 1, that'll get me up to 100 naturally. Now, terrain or survival, which is more important, do I think? I think 40 survival is enough to pass student tests. Seems to be all I have. Oh, there is going to be... Oh, survival basic. That's easy. I want practice terrain, so I think I'm going terrain. I think we might be good to go on this very next one. So let's try it. Let's investigate your background first, just in case. Let's go do it. Let's do the field exam. We arranged for a test slot and are fitted with an emergency transmitter and a tiny pouch of equipment. Let's go. I have a parachute, but it's a long drop. However, I'm a daredevil, so I can just jump right the hell off. Yeah! Once you're clear of the shuttle, you pull the cords and let your parachute flare out behind you. You feel a jerk and motion slows. Piloting basic, hell yeah. I believe, depending on your mood, you can choose not to do this, like she just won't do it, which is really fun. I believe there's also an option for that in Milan's drinking quest, which I ignored and now on a barren plain. Far in the distance I can see some scrubland where I might find water, but there's a lot of sandy ways to cross to get there. The air is dry and hot, typical for a day on Tharkas Prime, but very uncomfortable. The safest thing to do is down. I love that with baseline survival skills, it tells me the right answer, and then I still have... Well, I want to see the wrong answer, yeah? Let's find water. Yeah, I can keep the parachute, why not? Sand looks soft, but I know how exhausting it can be trudging across terrain that keeps slipping out from your feet. Do a few moves to stretch your legs. Then a little bit of grass means the ground will be more stable around it. So true. The walk is exhausting, but I have graduate endurance, okay? My ordeal isn't over yet. I have survival level student. Interesting. I think I wrote down Grandmaster Endurance when I meant graduate. Survival students. That's new. I didn't get this far before. Animal tracks would be a good sign, or even insects. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing much of either. Dry stream bed. Digging into the sand, I discover hidden dampness and eventually water. Nice! I did it. Rest near my watering hole, trying to recover some energy. I've got some tiny dry cubes of emergency rations. Far too tired to attempt to hunt for any other food source. I only have to survive one night anyway. Where will I sleep tonight? If this were one of the great forests of Andro, there would be leaves and branches everywhere to build with. Here there's only bushes, and even the biggest aren't much taller than you are. As the sun begins to set, you think about the need for shelter. Where will you sleep tonight? Oh, I think I accidentally rolled back. On the bright side, the lack of wildlife means you're probably safe out here. But once the sun's heat is gone, you could get awfully cold. Survival or invention? With the levels, survival practiced or invention students. Nice. My equipment pouch includes a folding knife and some tough cord. More importantly, you've still got all the parachutes. Packing up some shrubs, you're able to put together a rough tent. You couldn't call this a comfortable bed, but it'll do. In the early morning, a device in your equipment beeps. It's for your pickup. Okay, if I'm too slow to get to the pickup point, I fail. I've got a small compass, but I'm on my own. Scouting success. Scouting practice. Ooh, I arrive ahead of schedule. Scouting practice. Oh, I already did that. I keep rolling back instead by accident. I've done it. Hell yeah. But I also want... How far back can I roll? Can I roll all the... I can. Okay. So I've succeeded. I've succeeded. I did it. I thought I needed Grandmaster Endurance for some reason. I must have wrote down the wrong sheet. Now I want to try the Seeking for Shelter one. The safe option. Because I have all the skills for unsafe option. I need to keep the sunlight off my head until the heat has passed. There's no shade. Survival and invention, yep, I have that. And I'm gonna have a terrain check and an endurance check. Evening approaches, the temper dulls. I should probably get moving. Parachute. I'm gonna keep it with me. Important. Terrain. This is the same checks, I think. Endurance practiced. Ah, okay. All that did was make the endurance check easier. I see. So because I waited until it was cooler, I didn't need as high an endurance skill. But I think we are now at the same point that we were before. Okay. I am going to mark down